Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Attaining the Second Cognition. I'm Endall Beall. The topic of this discussion is the internal work. I know some of you have been waiting a while for the Second Cognition Toolbox, and it should be released for sale starting tomorrow evening at the latest. I want to preface that book a little bit before you go out and purchase it with some of the information contained in it. There's chapters in there on rationalization. There's chapters in there on compartmentalizing. We also have a chapter on how cellular imprinting takes place. And we challenge a lot of ideas. The fact of the matter is, it's easy to say that the external world did all this mental programming to you. That's not true. The educational system, the cultures, your beliefs, all of these things can serve as external programming mechanisms, but there's a lot of programming you do to yourself. And if you are going to read this book and say, I don't do that, I'm here to tell you, yes, you do, because everybody does. The habits that are elucidated in the book are cognitive habits that every human being exhibits in one form or another. There is no one that doesn't rationalize why they do things or don't do things. There's no one who doesn't compartmentalize what they think and break things out into segments and keep things separate in their mind. The cellular imprinting is going to be new information, and hopefully it will be very enlightening. We also have a chapter in there with definitive cell talk exercises with the instructions written out that you can utilize and adapt to your clearing processes. But the fact of the matter is, the book is a toolbox. It is a workbook. If you approach the book with the idea that, well, I'm going to challenge that, then don't buy the book, because you're not going to get anything out of it. If you're serious about what you're doing with your internal work, you're going to have to look at that internal mirror of your mind. You're going to have to look into the abyss of your own programmed consciousness. Yes, a lot of this programming comes from outside, but a lot more comes from inside. We program our own bad habits. Sometimes these habits are based on incidents in our lives that created emotional disruption. Sometimes we do it because we just don't want to believe something. So when we disbelieve what makes us uncomfortable, then we create programmed habits to avoid that. Those of you that have been working on this process already know that it's not very psychologically comfortable. There will come a point through your clearing processes that you're going to find that mental comfort, because that's the whole objective to the whole path thing with the Soika consciousness. But when you step in and you read this material and you say, I don't do that, you're not going to benefit from it. Until you do a serious critical self-analysis and see that, by God, you do this, and then make the willful change to alter these negative impacting cognitive habits which were left behind by the virus, you're not going to transcend them. So I wanted to let folks know that we finally got the Second Cognition submitted for publication. It'll be ready tomorrow. I'm down to the last 5 pages of editing fire starters for those that are interested in the first 32 transcripts of the videos that we've done since Gemma started up the channel. Probably won't be that long before the Psychology of Becoming Human is released. It's been submitted for proof. All I got to do is edit that, and that'll be ready in a few weeks. If you have any questions on the book, if you purchase it, if you need deeper explanations than what we provided, then don't hesitate to either contact us through the website or leave messages on the comment threads. We will do our best to answer the questions. But take the book for what it offers, and don't run away from the truth that makes you feel uncomfortable. If there's anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, that creates any type of negative emotional response, whether it's fear or denial or whatever, those are your work areas. That's what you need to pay attention to. Because if it generates any type of negative emotional response, it's part of the habits the virus left behind. And that's what you're seeking to overcome. So this is short and sweet. And until next time, stay the course and don't give up on yourselves.